Traders in the building, what is good? Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, guys, I'll be analyzing the dollar index, gold, US30, US100, AUD, USD, and USDCAD. So if you appreciate this kind of content, please make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It really does make it worth it for me, and that would also improve my consistency. So in front of us, we have the dollar index, and I am bearish on this market. As you can see, we are below a very strong area of significance over there. This has been acting as an area of resistance in the past. As you can see, anytime the market reached that high over there, it kept on selling, and then when we are above the support over here, the market kept on buying for a couple of times. And now that we are below this support, my expectation is for the market to behave as it did in the past over there, to sell. And my target for this market, at least for now, is this area of interest over here. So now the way you can trade this market, of course, go to a smaller time frame. So on the daily time frame, we just broke an area of significance over there. So as you can see, we did have a low created somewhere around this area over here, and then now the market has just broke that area. So my expectation for the week that is coming, as the market has already started over here, is a retracement, and then from here we can expect for the market to keep on dropping to the downside. The only time I'm gonna think that this market is bullish is if the market could push all the way up, breaking above this area of structure over here. Then of course from there I can start to anticipate or expect that maybe the market is changing structure and probably is going up. But for now, this is what I'm looking for, and yeah man, that's all I see on this market. Moving on to gold. On gold, I am bullish. However, at the moment we just reached an area of significance. As you can see, we are in a bullish trend. Don't need to explain this one. It's pretty much obvious. Many touches, as you can see. It's a very strong trend to the upside. However, you can also notice that we have a very strong area of resistance created over there. So as you can see over here, I did analyze this market, this price action when the price was still around here, and I did say how I was expecting for the market to go up. But now that we have completed this move, let me delete this because now we are past that. So my expectation now is that because we have reached an area of resistance. Anytime the market reached here, it sold. Reached there again, it sold. So my expectation again is that because we are here, there's a high likelihood for the market to sell again. Maybe not back to this support, but maybe around this structure over here before we can see the market pushing higher and higher to the upside. But I do have areas of interest that I have identified on a smaller time frame. So if you go to the 4-hour time frame over there, I have marked my areas of interest. Let me rather go to the 1 hour. I have marked my highs and lows over there. So should the market for me, as you can see, so this is my high and this is my low. So should the market for me break below this price action over here, then for me, then it will mean the market has respected this overall structure over here. So then I'll start to sell the market long term back to that structure that I had identified on the daily time frame. However, should the market push higher and break above these highs over here that were created last week, then of course, then it means the market is bullish. It just broke a high, then a retracement, a continuation to the upside. Too much, that's just about that. Moving on to US30, I'm bullish on this market long term. However, at the moment, the market is selling. So the reason I'm bullish, if you go to the monthly time frame over there, you can see that this market over here is in a bullish trend. The market is going up, creating higher highs and higher lows. Not only that, as you can see, we did have here an impulse over here, then we had a correction, had an impulse, and then the market came back for a correction. So now my expectation again is for the market to give us yet another impulse to the upside. However, the market isn't moving as we expect, or rather isn't moving as fast as we would like it to. So at the moment the market is kind of ranging. If you go on a smaller time frame, maybe the daily time frame, you could see that the market is kind of ranging. So over here I have marked this as my high of the range, and then this as the low of the range. So my expectation, because I see that the market has rejected this high, I do expect for the market to sell back to this support over here, also coming back to that gap, and then from there I'll start to look for buys, hoping to break above that resistance again, and then a retracement, then a continuation to the upside. What I have on US30, US100, I'm bearish on this market, but long term I'm bullish. So if you go to the monthly time frame, the reason why I'm bullish on this particular price action over there, or rather this particular market, is because obviously we are in a bullish trend. Not only that, we did have an impulse over here, as you can see, similar to US30. We had an impulse, a correction, then an impulse, another one, a correction. So now my expectation is for the market impulse to create new higher highs. However, I do notice again we have just reached an area of resistance, a very significant zone. If you go to the daily time frame over there, you will notice that this is an area where the market couldn't break early in the beginning of the year. We couldn't break over here. This is the high we couldn't break. So as you can see, the market reached that high, it couldn't break, and now currently we just again tapped into that high, and we got a reaction from the market going to the downside. So my expectation for the week that is coming is there is a high likelihood for the market to break below. There's a high likelihood for the market to break below this support over here, turn it into newly formed resistance, and then from there we can see the market selling, maybe back to this support, or maybe back to this particular structure over here, tapping into the trend line before you can see the market going up. The thing that I'll be looking at is for the market, if it doesn't break, it could want to come back, give a retracement back again to this particular high over here, and I'll start to look for areas to sell this market, hoping to break. And if the market doesn't break, of course, I'll keep on buying and selling in between, meaning I'll buy here and I'll sell there and I'll buy here, and whichever market breaks direction, if it breaks above, we're going up. If it breaks below, short term, we're going for sales. That's all I see on this market. If it didn't make sense, just comment down in the comment section and I'll make it make sense for you guys. Moving on to AUD/USD long term, I'm bullish on this market going into the monthly time frame. You can see the low was created in 2009, and then the market came back again, respected. So now the market is moving up. So my expectation is for the market to push up at least until that high over there, at least until this particular area of resistance over there. So until then, I'll be bullish on this market. Though I'm bullish, if you go to the weekly time frame, you will notice that we just reached an area of significance which the market has been failing to break above, maybe for the last 2 months, if I'm not mistaken. So as you can see, we do have a very strong area of support over there, which the market at the moment is testing and not able to break. So you can see how many candlesticks of a weekly time frame we've had around that structure. This shows you clearly that there's a very strong area of resistance over there. So I think for the week that is coming next week, the market could push back below, maybe to this support over here, just to come back for retracement, retest these highs over there. Then from there we can start to expect for the market to give us that overall push to the upside. That is all I see on this market. Moving on to USDCAD, and I'm closing with this one. So on USDCAD, I am bearish, and the reason for this is because this market is in between, or rather inside a range. So I had identified these two areas of structure as a range. So as you can see, anytime the market is on the support, it goes up, then it goes down as soon as it reaches that high, then up and down again, and then up. And now we did find a lot of resistance around that structure, eventually broke. What should have happened, or rather what I was expecting, was for the market to give a retracement, then continue up if the market was supposed to be bullish. But because the market has just broken back inside, of course, then I expect for the market to keep on selling back to this support, and until then I'll be bearish on this market. Now the way you can trade this market, again, smaller time frame here. So as you can see, we have a very strong area of support over here and resistance. So you can see that anytime the market is around that structure, it reacts. So again, we just broke that price action over there. So my expectation is for the market to give a retracement, and then I'll start to look for sales back to this area of support over here. So if you go to a smaller time frame, maybe like the daily time frame, again, you will see there's a clear price action that has formed over here. But if you use the line chart, you will see why over there. So the market could want to come back just to retest that price action over there and then start selling. And if the market doesn't do that, again, it's not a train smash, it happens sometimes. However, if the market does give you that opportunity, then you can take, and this is just how I'm going to trade for the week that is coming. If you appreciate this kind of content, please do like this video, subscribe to the channel. With that being said, I love you guys. I'll see you next week, or when I see you. And yeah, man, I'm out.